You will take my place here now. Soon okay, so officially our happening starts now with the exhibition called The Magic of Finnish Nature.
The Magic of Finland.
Magic of Finland, okay. I see one very popular face about this. He loves very much nature, this man. But okay, it belongs to some story of some group. We are talking about now the magic of Finnish nature, and I hope that we have few pictures of that. And the leader of both leaders of the art group, please say hello to the people and express.
Hello, everyone. I'm Florencia. I'm from Argentina.
And I'm from Poland.
Yes, we are both in charge of this new exhibition. And well, we have new faces in the art group. If you want to present yourselves and tell where are you from.
Okay, so I'm Magdalena from Poland.
I'm Melissa van der Meij from the Netherlands.
Daniela from Romania.
Yemen from Sweden.
Ashley from the United States.
Something missing. Well, this year we have something different. It's not only about Nightwish, because we thought that with the new event we wanted to do another vision to the art exhibition. And right behind this you will find the new part of the exhibition would be other Finnish bands. And here on this little corner, Finnish landscapes. Yes. So the idea this year for the exhibition was not to focus only on Nightwish music.
There is also a poetry corner, so do not miss it also.
So because that's it, right?
That's it. We can start with introducing our artwork. So,
Oh, right.
Florencia,
Yes.
could you start?
Yeah, going that way. Well, this is a full-size thing.
Rotate it.
Yes, you will have to rotate. Well, you already know this one, right?
Kind of.
I did this big drawing to celebrate Nightwish 20 years. So I basically combined all Nightwish covers from the albums. I had enough space to add some other things, like, I don't know, here some Disney characters and single covers. And all the band members. Sampa and Sami. And yes, it took me like almost 3 months to finish this. And I'm really happy with it. I think it's like the best thing I did. Here's another, some others. Here's yours, Rosie, and Vero. These are the results of the combination with the music group. This is a drawing I did for Rosie's song Higher Than Hope, right?
So
and this
pretty.
is pretty. And this one is for Vero, Turtles the Mermaids. Yes.
Yeah, you really captured
I
that
knew
perfectly.
how important that song is for her, so I wanted to add her
Yeah, that's
tattoos. Yeah. And that's it. This one is the greatest show on earth that I had last year. And this one is Imaginarium. And of course, Annette. And that's it, I can say. Recording.
Thank you so much.
It's okay. Who's next?
So I'm next.
Ivana.
Please let me through.
Where's Ivana?
Hello everyone. You know, somebody here made me know me from last year. This year I came with pretty much very similar stuff. My main style is hyperrealism, and my medium are graphic pencils. That's for all of my drawings here. So they're pretty much self-explanatory, so I don't have much to talk about them, except for maybe they're all in proportion 1:1. So the size you see here is their actual size. I wanted to make a drawing of as many Nightwish members as possible. So you see 4 group portraits. So I have approximately the most people in my little board. They are all from Nightwish, yeah, but we have one here that with people not from Nightwish, but they do play Nightwish songs. So yeah, they are good friends of mine, and they deserve a spot on my board. So I have not much to say. So if you have any questions, I'll be here. I'm done. So please come to the other side of the board. I don't know who is.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, Alexandra couldn't be with us on the grand opening. Here are her artworks.
So for this picture,
Go on, explain. Yeah, go on and explain it.
Alexandra is in the school and she has a fever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's continue then.
Let's put her on Skype.
Okay.
Lisa.
Okay, well, this is my first year here, so I don't really have much drawings that I took with me. But I made these of Tarja and Tuomas, of course. The background is, as you can see, inspired by Oceanborn, my favorite album. And yeah, I made it with oil paint, graphite pencils and some charcoal. And yeah, they took me like maybe 8 hours each. So, thank you.
Emil, do you want to say something about your artworks?
Yeah, those are my artworks. These two are for the Tuomas poster contest they had on this website 2 years ago. And I wanted to capture his fantasy world. Yeah. Yeah. Dark and yeah.
Explain the one on
Yeah. And the last one is kind of, I wanted to express the feeling about the album. When every Nightwish fan, when there's a new album out, it's like they're precious. So that's why Golem went there. They also look like an evolutionary creature. Yeah. And we also have the universe and the earth there. So I wanted to catch the evolution theme of the album.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Let's continue with you. Oh, yes, I just saw yours like really in front of me, so yeah.
Okay, so let's proceed here.
As you can see, I draw mostly portraits, mostly of Finnish Nightwish members.
because that is what I find inspiring. Especially, I like to draw Tuomas, not because I like him, especially in this different way, but because he is, a mastermind of Nightwish, and his creativity inspires me. That is, that kind of energy that I cannot describe really. I can go surreal when I'm drawing him because there is so much going on in his music and in his lyrics that I feel inspired by this. So I made digital artworks here of Tuomas and Tarja. Here also Tuomas. These are watercolors. And this floor is also watercolor. This is a photo manipulation. This is charcoal and some white crayon, black crayon, on some darker paper. And this psychedelic landscape, I wanted to capture Finnish nature and the nature of Finns, who are not so like other people because they are a little bit crazy. I find Finns a little bit crazy, so I wanted to capture this. Nailed it. Yeah. So that's all. Kiitos.
Where's Ashley?
We're back here.
Hello.
I'm Ashley, and I, at some point in 2011, was in kind of an art slump, and I was listening to Imaginarum. I was specifically listening to Song of Myself, and I could just see this song happening in my head, and I had, the inspiration to draw for the first time in I don't know how long, and so that's what got these kind of drawings started. I did Song of Myself, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna do Ghost River, and I'm gonna do I Want My Tears Back, and then I was like, okay, I'm just going to do every song they've ever done, no matter how long it takes me. So at this point, I've done all of Imaginarum, I've done all of Once. I'm working on Wishmaster. This was, some years ago.
Can you tell us which one is which song?
Okay, this one, and then at some point I decided that their long epic songs were too big for one picture. So I started splitting them up. This is all Song of Myself. It's the 4 parts of it. And this is, oh my goodness, I'm having a brain fart. Why your lips are still red. Why Your Lips Are Still Red. Because that's the song that I happened to be listening to when I heard the news and it was leaving, and it just seemed to fit somehow. And then this is my most recent one. This is Sleepwalker. And then this is Wanderlust. And at the last concert they did in Tampa, I wanted to have something for them to sign. So I decided to do Edie Maru, which is this one. And when I listened to Endless Form's Most Beautiful, I had been working in black and white up to that point, but I decided that album demanded to be in color, so I'm going to do that album in color. And this one I did because I saw this photograph online, and I said, I have to draw that.
Raw power.
And then this one was another photograph that I was challenged to draw, do your own interpretation of it. So this one is charcoal, and I did the shadow of the wolf. And then this one, I do in Copic marker, and these I do in pen and ink. And that's it.
Daniela?
I'm Daniela, and these are the portraits of Tuomas and Tarja made in pastels and color pencils and face powder. And there is a portrait of Floor. I made it after they released their promotional photos for Endless Forms Most Beautiful. And there is a Mark illustration linked with the Imaginarium. This is my vision about Scary Tale. I just recently started to make illustration inspired by nature songs. Here is the Islander. It's somehow linked with the music video, as well as Nemo. And this is a tribute with it's Creek Mary's Blood, and it's a tribute to the native Indians. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I started drawing and painting Nightwish songs years ago, but it never really felt okay. Something was always missing, and then 2 years ago I found that this, like with textiles, is my way of express the songs. And this I made when Paulina had last year the challenge about Ghost Love Score, but as Ashley already said, there are so many different ideas in the song that it's too much for one piece, so I just picked one, the chorus, and so this is the chorus of Ghost Love Score. And I thought many months about it, and yeah. And this one is Sleeping Sun. It came to me like pretty much in a second while Elmas was performing the song last year in the church. And I suddenly saw this picture and had to make it of course. And then I have two others there. This is called Kokomasa, Drowning. Because there are so many ocean-related themes, and I think the feeling is often in the songs. And this one is Ocean Soul. I saw many pictures in which Tuomas is presented as the Ocean Soul, but I wanted to have like me being the Ocean Soul, and at first it was like making like a self-portrait, but then I thought it would be cool if everyone who feels he's the Ocean Soul can have their portrait there, so that's why I put the mirror there. So it's for all the Ocean Souls. Yeah.
Adrian, do you want to?
Here I am. So, hello everyone. Kiitos Kite for having us this year also. As you can see, I do mainly digital works. So, my dream job is to illustrate music. So, if you need an illustrator, then we can be in touch, maybe. So, call me. Well, this artwork is called The Eyes of Floriansen. You can guess which Nightwish song inspired me. You have one chance. Yes, the next one is a collaboration with Dejan Kopri. Where is he? He challenged me to paint Heart Asks Pleasure First. It is a very important song for him. Remind him his childhood, so this is my vision of him playing this song and his feelings about it. The next one is also a portrait of Floriansen, inspired by her performance on Endless Forms Most Beautiful. Very good album. The next one is Tuomas Holosanta with his typical look. And Santa head, of course. And this year I have two plamens with me. The first one was Plamen idea to paint him holding the kitten wheel. I decided to put him on Kite coat of arms. The second one is Moondance, of course, the very first Nightwish song I've ever heard. And it's also a tribute to Plamen because he played the violin part in it.
6.
6 times. And the last one is my one and only traditional painting. It was painted last year during our workshops, and the title is Romanticide. You can interpret it your own way. Kiitos.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you people.
She really is.
Yeah, well, I can speak.
This brother is walking without ball.
With a sword. With a brush.
Exactly, yes.
And,
So, Kate, it's your time to shine.
Into my tiny corner. Well, as some of you may remember, previous years I did mostly portraits of Nightwish members, but this year I decided to show something different and make several adaptations of Nightwish songs. Well, here you can see a quick Mary's Blood illustration. This is, well, try to guess, what is this?
Dancing under the moon.
Moon dance, yes. And here is the eyes of the wolf. And these two works I made in completely new style for me. This is a kind of photo manipulations, and you can see some abstract elements. It is called Dead Gardens. And the last one is a portrait of Floor Jansen, and in the background you can see a DNA. So it is a tribute to Endless Forms, Most Beautiful, which I like very much. So I think this is all I can say. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer. So here it is. Thank you. This way to the poem. Okay.
Welcome, everybody. So there was no written word group last year. It actually came to be that I decided about 2 days before I left Finland that we should pretty much have a written word group, considering how inspirational Nightwish's music is, and also nature especially. I've written quite a few poems about that, and so basically it was born, and I really underestimated the amount of people who would want their art, or their written word in this exhibit, which is why it's really small right now, but this is just a small select few of the hundreds of submissions we have. So we have 2 students with us this year. Basically, this is my poetry. Just here it is. There is lyrics, there's other poetry, and there's some stories kicking around. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm going to introduce my friend Ellie.
Calm down. You're doing great.
Yes,
I'm Elena.
She has kind of a mix between the art group and sort of the writing group with her fabulous zine.
So my art is mostly design-based, so for a lot of reasons, it doesn't really lend itself to being put on a wall. But what I have is a zine. A zine is a magazine produced usually by a very small number of people for a very limited distribution. So there are very few physical copies that exist. A fanzine, in this case, is about a specific fandom. So this is the Dark Zine of Wonders, and I put it together mostly, almost entirely by myself, with 2 poems by my friend, designed, printed, all done, mostly, like all put together by myself, printed by myself. It doesn't lend itself for being put on a wall at all. In fact, I would very much like it if everyone would pass it around. It is meant to be seen, held, touched, not to be put on a wall. So if it gets lost, if it gets destroyed, I print out another one. That's the beauty of zines. And coming up next, we have Bruna.
Hello. Well, this is my first year, so I don't have to many things. And I love to write, but it's quite hard for me to write poetry, which is so small. So there is no many poetry for me. That's just true.
This is the first year that this is really in its tester phase. We had a lot more submissions, but it was a time crunch. But next year it should be a lot better, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all next year. I believe Iona, another one of our students, would like to read a paragraph now from one of her stories.
So this story is called Gwenny, and it's about a woman called Gwen. She's like you, me, every other woman, but she's got kids, she's got a job. Unfortunately, she's stuck with a stigma that is mental health. In the UK, the mental health crisis is really bad. If you have any stigma related to schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, it gets overlooked and you just get classed as crazy and sent away. But this is about a woman called Gwen. In this story, I want you to envision that you are her partner, regardless if you're male or female, you are her partner. Her partner is not, doesn't have a gender in this story, it's not been said, and this is the last paragraph of it. I place my hand on her shoulder. She turns, throwing her arms around me, sobbing. I fall to my knees, holding her in my arms. She cries, clutching me with her blooded hands. I think of myself, how this affects my life. But when she comes out of her trances, how does this affect her? How does this ruin her? I think of myself, and when I really should think of her, I say, I cannot cope. All I see is what physically happens on the outside, but on the inside, she is fighting her own mind. When she stands looking at what she has done, what she has caused, guilt drowns her more than her mental health.
Okay, so now you can watch the other drawings, right? Oh, let's see. There's someone here. Apart from the other Finnish bands. Those are drawings from people who are not here, except those from in the middle. They are mine. Obviously, so many really fond of you. I really like them. But then, oh, this one is Ashley. And well, you can come forward and look at them closely. Don't be shy. Sorry. The opening.
That was almost right.
It was very good.